You don't stand at a peaceful crossroad. You stand at the edge of an abyss. Behind you, applause fades. The warm lull of comfort, safety, and easy truths dies in the distance. Ahead, the unknown howls, calling for more than passive existence. Around you, the world screams for happiness, the kind sold in self-help books, ads, and slogans. But Friedrich Nietzsche, with a voice forged in fire, slices through this illusion. Life is not a cradle of peace. It's a forge. The roaring fire of existence doesn't ask you to be calm. It demands you become powerful. Not power in domination, but power in becoming. Not luxury, not ease, but that raw, undeniable momentum of inner growth. For Nietzsche, happiness is not the goal of life. It's merely what's left over when you conquer something difficult. There's a deeper truth behind the polished smiles and hollow moral slogans of society. We weren't born to stay still. We were born to expand, to push, to crash and rise again. Inside every heartbeat pulses a primal instinct, the will to power. Nietzsche says even the strongest creatures would risk everything just to get a taste of more strength, more capacity, more becoming. In Thus Spoke Zarathustra, Nietzsche describes life itself as an unexhausted procreative will, a current that flows upward, never satisfied, always striving. It's the same energy that drives the hawk, the storm, the artist, the warrior. It is greater than the will to survive. It is the will to transform. Can you feel it stirring in you? That quiet storm under your skin? The urge to break your own boundaries? The instinct that says, survival is not enough. We were made to thrive, to rise, to etch meaning onto existence through effort and creation. Nietzsche rejected the shallow idea that happiness is the highest aim. That's the dream of comfort addicts. He argued instead that the will to power gives us purpose. It explains the saints, the martyrs, the warriors, the creators, people who didn't live easy lives, but meaningful ones. Picture the crashing sea against jagged cliffs, the blood that quickens in a fighter before the strike, the stubborn root tearing through soil to find the sun. That is the will to power. Every living thing carries it. Nietzsche even said, a living body is nothing but a will to power made flesh. Every nerve, every muscle, every thought is trying to stretch further, to become more than it was the moment before. But this path comes with pain. Always. Nietzsche never romanticized suffering. He embraced it, not for the agony but for what it builds. Only great pain, he said, is the ultimate liberator of the spirit. Suffering is not punishment, it's purification. It strips us of illusion, weakness, and comfort. It forges resilience. Imagine a blacksmith hammering glowing metal. Every strike is violent, but every strike shapes. So too with your soul. What doesn't break you? It doesn't just leave you intact, it builds you anew. Scars aren't flaws, they're proof, marks of battle and blueprints of strength. And this is why Nietzsche warned us. Beware comfort. It's a sedative. It numbs the will. It lulls you into a sleepwalk where nothing hurts and nothing matters. So rise. Deny the lullaby. Choose the climb. Walk toward the mountains that terrify you. Let the ashes of your failures feed new fire. Love your fate, amor fati, as Nietzsche commands. Not tolerating it, not enduring it. Loving it. Fully, furiously, without condition. To him, greatness was not born in light. It was born in surrender to everything. Pain, joy, loss, fire, all of it. Heroes never came from soft places. They came from trial. The artist bleeds into the canvas. The lion finds meaning in the hunger. And when your soul finally quivers in ecstasy, Nietzsche would ask, how much eternity did it take to earn that one note of joy? For him, light and shadow were inseparable. The beauty of life? It demands the dark. Now lift your gaze. Look at the world. The masses cling to illusions. They praise safety, worship rules, whisper empty virtues like kindness and contentment, masking fear and inertia. Nietzsche called it herd morality, morality designed not for greatness, but for control. Morality in Europe today, he wrote, is herd animal morality, a sameness that rewards quiet, obedient smallness, and the herd will applaud you for staying low, for fitting in, for asking nothing more of yourself than survival. But applause means nothing when your soul is withering. And you feel it, don't you? That snarl in your chest? That ache to rise? You were not made to shuffle quietly through life like some sedated last man. You were made for fire. You were made for more. The old gods have fallen. Nietzsche's famous cry, "God is dead," was not a celebration, but a reckoning. Those ancient beliefs, once scaffolds of meaning and morality, have crumbled. The structures that held civilization aloft, Christianity, dogma, the binary of good and evil, are no longer trusted foundations. In their place lies dust. With the death of God comes the death of ready-made purpose. You now stand in the ruins of old certainties, and the silence demands an answer. What now? Nietzsche's response? Building not idols, not doctrine. Build yourself. Become the sculptor of values, the architect of purpose. You are not a spiritual beggar. You are a sovereign mind. In the void left by fallen gods, you are called not to kneel, but to create. This, Nietzsche tells us, is your curse and your power. There is no divine command, no map. You must become your own lawgiver. Let your will say, "The overman shall be the meaning of the earth." You are not finished. You are a becoming, a process, not a product, a bridge, not a destination. And this transformation requires relentless effort, the daily challenge of overcoming the person you were yesterday. Now imagine forging a value, not inherited, but hammered into being through trial. Maybe it's courage, or truth, or art. Perhaps it's the will to remain honest even when honesty hurts. Whatever it is, it must be yours. Personal, earned. This is the essence of the overman, not a monster, not a tyrant, but one who authors his own existence, one who dares to say, "I will rise," not with permission, but with purpose. And Nietzsche poses the ultimate test, eternal recurrence. Imagine living this life over and over, endlessly, every joy, every failure, every regret, looping forever. Would that thought crush you? Or would you say yes? Would you live so fully that repetition becomes triumph? To affirm eternal recurrence is to embrace life so deeply that even its pain becomes sacred. To walk through fire again for the memory of today's flame. That is amor fati magnified, a devotion not just to life's gifts, but to its wounds. So building, rise, become, step by step, with each choice, each scar, you assemble the version of yourself you were always meant to become. Let others follow the herd. You were born to break it. Tonight, as the world sleeps wrapped in its illusions, you stand alone beside the fire, fully awake. Feel the heat. You are not the same. Each lick of flame strips away another comforting lie. Each ember burns with a truth long buried. Your blood stirs with something ancient. The world chants, "Play it safe." But in the stillness, a deeper voice whispers, one older than gods and governments, "Rise. Be stronger than ever." Right now, you make the choice. To live not as a captive of comfort, but as a warrior of becoming. To wield this life, not suffer it. To transcend through fire, and let its heat melt the cowardice from your spirit. Each challenge you face from this point forward is not an obstacle, but an invitation. Every fear, a doorway. Every pain, a test. And every decision, a chance to carve a deeper, truer self. Nietzsche's call isn't cruel, it's defiant hope. His words don't destroy, they ignite. Yes, the path will scar you. Yes, the gods are gone. Yes, you will walk through fire. But on the other side waits someone new, someone unchained, someone who has stood on the edge of the abyss and not fallen, but roared. Someone who says yes to pain, yes to power, yes to becoming the meaning of the earth. Stand tall, step forward, transcend, and with Nietzsche's whisper in your ear and fire in your chest, become who you were born to be. If something inside you stirred today, if a voice whispered that you were meant for more, then this wasn't just a video. It was a mirror, held to your forgotten strength. Here at Tiptop Tidbits, we don't offer comfort. We offer confrontation with illusions, fears, and potential. This isn't for the faint-hearted. It's a place for minds on fire. So if you're ready to question everything, to destroy and rebuild, to awaken, subscribe, stay aware, break the mold. We're not here to escape the world. We're here to understand it, and then rise above it.